right, fool? Shit. Let it be known then. Circle tight.
Yeah.
Man, that, I think I would always. My brother told me something, and he goes, because we were like, man, these fools tripping on us, whatever. He's like, well, rule number one is, as soon as you leave the house, you're caught slipping. Like, you're already slipping. Mm-hmm. Don't think you're good. You're slipping, no matter what. As soon as you leave that, and nowadays, I've had an incident happen at the house where I was like, I thought I was safe here. I thought I was fucking safe at the house, and I'm not even safe at the house. Right. But, I mean, but on the aspect of just leaving, bro, I guess that can go to, like, there's a lot of oblivious people walking around. Mm-hmm. A lot of people dressing and they're dressing in the format of to get hit on, to get banged on. Mm-hmm. And then they're like, oh, I'm not from nowhere. Why are you asking me? Well, look how you're dressed.
If you dress that way, you're going to get pressed, homie. That's just how it works.
Right.
Yeah. You know, you're rocking the colors, you're rocking the bandana, Lincoln, chucks, got your shit creased all nice. You're going to get pressed by somebody that's with you, homie. That's how it works.
Okay, so, like, I believe this is true. Like, in LA, like, fools from East Los were, like, G-Nikes, and, like, fools from the other side were more like Cortezes.
Reeboks and shit.
Or whatever.
Yeah, Reeboks and Soldiers and Classics.
Yeah, the Classics.
Yeah. Or Vans, too. Vans is a big thing. Vans, Reeboks Classic, Chucks, fucking Cortez.
Yeah, but you can know where somebody's from.
What's going on with Cortez? You can't find them anymore, dog. And they're like $300-400 now. So.
And that's. I mean, okay. I love how conversation allows us to go which way. So I guess we'll since we're here and we come to this crossroad, this is going to be somewhat of the highlight of this, or not highlight, but the topic of at the moment of the genre of things, what we might have considered at a point in time, everything you just said. Yeah. You know what I mean? But nowadays, they've made Cortez like, oh man, I want some Cortez, but they don't really realize that you wearing Cortez is going to give me the impression that you gangbang, especially dressing.
Called G-Nikes back in the day.
Right. Yeah. You know what I mean?
G-Nikes, yeah.
So do you think that that's a big thing that's happening right now with the movement of the younger classmen of dressing like cholos? I'm seeing the cholo look being genre-nized.
It's coming back.
Well, do you think it's coming back as gangbanging, or do you think it's coming back as a genre?
I went to a meet. I guess that's what they're called now, with all the lowriders and shit. Mm-hmm. It was like a car show, but it was a little one. And there was a lot of kids wearing Ben Davis and Dickies and Chucks, and they had the fucking fedoras on it. One of them gangbang.
But they're all throwing up the east side.
They weren't even saying they were from the east side. They were just there taking pictures with the old cars.
Right. But when they go home, that's what they do. They throw up the E and they act like they're throwing gangbang because they're from the east side, and they're like, yeah, east side, but they ain't really with that shit, you know?
No.
Yeah, that kind of gets me mad when I hear that kind of shit, because if you ain't with it, homie, don't try to act like it, but it is what it is, you know?
Yeah.
They're a reflection of us, so you can't really get mad because these are the offsprings of us now.
Right. so like, who taught them, right? You know, but I agree 1,000% that. Am I upset about that happening? Or yeah, I am upset. I'm upset because it's like you're faking the funk. You're a poser. You know, on one hand, 90% on that hand for me. Do I hate you? Do I want to do any of that? No. But the other 10% is where it's like, well, you're only mimicking what your parents were doing, your uncle, your cousin, blah 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 blah. But you know, nowadays, since we're gang banging from our era, was so our family members, your cousins, your uncles, this and that. But now it's getting passed on to them in a way where they're just it's a genre, and that's the best way for me to describe it. Is
look at those fucking theme parties too? I say, like, what the fuck is that? The Cholo theme party. That shit makes me mad too. I mean, if the homies do it, it's okay, but like, that still fucking gets me upset because it's a lifestyle, bro. You can't just put a Pendleton on and
well,
to the top and say,
hey, listen,
legit. Like, you know what I'm saying?
if that's the case, right? Like with a costume party, like homie, every day I went to go chill with the homies, it was a costume party then, because that's what we did every day. You know what I mean? Like even if I dress a little bit different now, like I got the LeBrons and trying to wear a different color, you know what I mean? But like button up, you know, I mean, I might have had it buttoned up to the top still, or different things like that. But I don't think they're really.
You showed up to my house yesterday flamed up.
But I also showed flamed up, like your shoes. No, I'm just kidding.
You said flamed up.
But like, even if I was flamed up, right? The attire of it was still.
He was wearing red.
What he means is I was wearing a whole lot of red.
It's okay.
But I think the base style of it still kind of fits into like kind of what we're talking about as far as. All right, let me back up.
Okay.
The way you're dressed right now, white tee, Cortez, some Dickies. You got your, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like not Cortez, I mean Chucks.
Yeah.
Somebody might look at you and go, "Oh damn, where's the homie from? Where's that fool from?" You know, they might, and if they're from that class of that era, then they might say, "Hey homie, what's up, man? Where you from?" You know what I mean? It might be a little bit more lightweight than what it was 20 years ago. Like, "Hey homie, where you from? You know, you're in the wrong neighborhood or whatever."
People say that shit now.
But
like I'm saying, if they approach me, they approach me. This is what it is.
But approaching
Approach with caution. You know what I mean?
right.
Come in peace or leave in pieces. Okay.
but approaching the newer generation, they don't understand
No,
that.
they don't. I've never been hit up like that. I've been hit up in neighborhoods, like over Mario's and that the
Okay,
gas
yeah.
station before. Like
Yeah.
shit, even on the east side over on Trop and Nellis. You know what I mean? I was in a gas station and I was getting something to drink, and some Moreno was like, "Hey, fool, where you from?" And I turned around and I was like, "I'm from the east side, dog. I was in the east side when you were your mom's nutsack, dog. When your dad's nutsack, homie." And then he was like, "What?" And I go, "You heard me, dog. I'm from the east side, dog." And like, I didn't have to say where I was from. Like, I was like, "You know where I'm from, dog. Like, I don't have to tell you what neighborhood.
Right.
Like, there's only one. You know what I mean? Like they're,
And you're not even banging on me, like,
I'm not
and
even banging, I'm just
no, I'm saying like him, like, it's almost to say like, does he even know what the Rasta neighborhoods are?
Yeah.
To be banging on you in a sense, like, "Hey homie, where you from?" Because like, and that probably happens a lot more in LA, so to speak, because like there's Morenos that they know exactly what SA neighborhoods are right here,
Right.
and we don't get along with that SA neighborhood. You know what I'm saying? Versus like,
And they're coming out screaming, "Fuck that neighborhood."
right. You know what I'm
well,
saying?
it was just,
You
they
know
were
what I mean?
younger kids and they do what they do, but it wasn't nothing big, dog. It was just, it happens, it happens. But if you go to those neighborhoods, you're going to get pressed.
Yeah, you know,
what I mean?
absolutely.
Vegas is different. There's pockets. It's not
Yeah.
hoods. There's pockets. Like Vegas
I like
is
that.
like,
I like that.
well, it's the best way to say it because like where I live, my block, I live on Flamingo, Mount Vista. My block's fine. 2 blocks over, that shit's fucked up. 2 blocks over that way, it's fucked up.
Right.
Like there's tweakers, there's cholos, there's crazy shit. There's just
New neighborhoods.
new neighborhoods. No, it's just weird shit over there. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
A lot of fentanyl fucking fiends,
Yeah.
and tweakers. They're just up in the middle of the night and just like buying.
The floaters.
It's just crazy.
I think Boulder Highway should be a neighborhood. I think anybody that
Zombieville.
no, but I'm just saying like
Dallas is
if we
fucking
were to
crazy
go
too.
back to like formulating these neighborhoods,
Yeah.
I believe Boulder Highway runs so long that like you could control all of that. I'm just saying, hypothetically, you know, like that should be a neighborhood, like we're Boulder Highway, homie.
Right.
That's our neighborhood, Boulder Highway, and we rock from here to here, and you know what I mean. But on Boulder Highway, you got the Parkdales, you know what I'm saying, like
The Dales, yeah.
right where Danny Slots used to be. Like now it's a Dottie's, but you know what I'm saying, like that whole area right
That's
there.
over by Boulder Station, right?
Yeah, but that's
Dales.
Boulder Highway. That's Boulder Highway. Is that
Well, it's Lamb, isn't it?
it is?
Right there.
Lamb, yeah.
But you can turn right off of Boulder Highway into the neighborhood. You know? But
That whole area right there, like, what's that called? Boulder Station, and then
well, as far as I know, there's
What's that other
there's
shit?
brown prides over there. That's what I know.
I
The
don't
state
know.
streets.
No.
Not State Streets. State Streets is Downmore.
Yeah.
That's on
Downmore.
Washington and all that stuff.
Right. State Streets is Downmore.
No. Not that Longhorn. I'm talking about by
Big
Boulder
Horn is the
Station.
big one.
Arizona
Samtown.
Charlie's. There you go. That whole shit right there. Arizona Charlie's, Boulder
Yeah.
Station.
Henry?
All that shit right there.
That's Upmore still.
No,
over there.
that's Upmore, homie. We're
But-
talking in this general area. That
Right.
shit is all fucked up right there. Dog. That's,
Oh yeah.
that's
Well,
pretty
Boulder.
fucking- it's
I
pretty
mean,
lit.
Where's Arizona?
Dizzy White came on last time.
Arizona Charlie's is right there too on Boulder Highway.
So it goes Boulder Station, Arizona Charlie's, Eastside Cannery,
Well,
and
Sam's
Bighorn.
actually.
Samstown.
Samstown
right?
then.
Correct,
Eastside
correct.
Cannery. Eastside
So
Cannery's closed now, too.
between Samstown and Boulder Station is going to be Arizona Charlie's, but way closer. A street actually is called Indios. Indios is where fucking the budget suites are at. What they might be called Seagulls now, but the budget suites. You know what I mean? Seagull
That's
suites.
7-Eleven right there.
Yeah.
That station right there, that little Chick-fil-A, they got like one of the best little Roberto's pipe.
Oh, that's called
Yeah.
Rias.
Yeah, they
I
got
live
the
right
best
by there,
little
bro.
Yeah.
I live like
You don't live in the same spot, do you?
No, I live around the corner, though, in the house.
Right, because I mean I know where we used to go to and
No, I lived there for a long time, and then
yeah,
we moved around.
you guys just came around the corner.
into a 4-bedroom house.
Well, I used to live in apartments coming from Mountain Vista. Before you make a right on Indios, the apartments right there. I lived in there too. That I was in there. This is a long time ago. Fucking and
The
so
one Sunrise Springs. Or
yeah, because there's two apartments. There's
There's
one
one
by,
beside us?
and then there's the other one, and then there's Indios, and then there's apartments on both sides. But
They're all one apartment complex now.
but I think it's on both sides.
It's on both sides.
Correct,
Yeah,
correct. I got hit up a few months back. I'm coming through.
yeah. You got tattoos all over your face.
I know. But I was on my bike, homie. Well, because to me it feels like it's obsolete to see a cholo.
And he looks Mexican.
My culture is raza. Like everything I do, the way I sound.
He's from Hawaii.
It doesn't matter to me.
He's a
you know what I
special
mean?
cholo.
You know what I mean? Peg Leg Joe was from Turkey, or from Hungary. You know what I'm saying?
He was
And he's part of
Yugoslavian or something.
Yeah, but but the Mr. Capone, he's not Mexican.
He's
Yeah,
not
not
Armenian. He's Pakistan.
Yeah, whatever.
Pakistan.
Salvador Gigante, that fool's not Mexican.
Well, he's
Even
not
one of the
Mexican.
main
He's
heads
from
from the mafia
Argentina.
knows like a
Peg Leg Joe?
Salvador.
Yes, that's what I'm talking about. That's that's depicted as Miklo.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Joe Morgan?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's Peg Leg Joe.
It was Miklo or it was JD in American League.
Correct. Whatever.
Yeah.
And do you know who JD is? JD comes out fuck, what's the movie with Rob Snyder and he's Deuce Bigelow, Mel Gigolo?
Yeah.
Remember the cop that's like, oh my dick! That's JD.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, that's JD from
No, it's
fucking.
not small, it's thin. Pepperoni. No, spaghetti string.
Yeah, that's JD. What's up, 9 ounce? That's funny.
When do you think the like cholo culture migrated here to Las Vegas?
I think it's.
2A's been there since like the late 60s, early 70s.
I think it's
There's more
harder
like a
than
mob
that. Though.
town, right? I mean, I don't know. When do you think that gangs really were like come out of it? Over there, like, even the '60s, like over there in LA, it was like it wasn't really gangs at the time. It started like in the '80s.
The
and
first
70s,
barrio
you know?
was GPK, right? That's what they say in the mystery books.
Like gang
Gerson-
bus?
the
Yeah, but
first gang Vegas was
Gerson is derived from it's called Aces.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's not GPK. You also got GQ, which is
GQs and the Playboys.
GQs. Okay, GQs is Northtown, which is going to be your Donna Street. But before Donna Street, it's really GQs. But GQs got Donna Street, ABM, Anybody Murderer, and Northtown Gangsta Crip. But they're all derived from GQ. But you know what I mean? Like so,
Playboys were the Bloods, right?
Playboys are Bloods. Yeah. But then you also got like the Coast. You got Playboys. You got Pyrus. You got 40 Blocks. You got Madison's, which like I used to buy Sherms out over there. Like so, I mean, to say which one these gangs started or whatever, I don't know that number.
It's like a straight. That's like you have to talk to an OG.
You know,
Me and my big homies, they don't really know either.
Well, yeah.
You know, but
I mean, if you're already 70s, I mean, like 10 more years, right? I mean, it had to start from the 70s and 80s because that's when all that kind of like popped off.
I know, cause
right. Well, I mean, but
And I'm sure a bunch of
between the
fools
North and the
over
South
there,
was
someone over here
was more like 50s, 60s. You know what I mean? Like, but I think they were Chicanos getting arrested and being arrested and you know that style.
Getting stranded here, that motherfuckers come over here to party, dog, get locked up and stay here. Ain't nobody gonna pick you up today.
I would say say over here, probably for sure more after the mob became less prevalent is when the gang banging started.
Started coming out.
Right,
The
but
mob wouldn't let no-
Because they were controlling them. That's what I'm
They
saying.
wouldn't let none of that shit happen.
Right?
well, they wouldn't let none of that shit happen on the strip, and like they couldn't really control too much outside of that. But like, if we're talking about old school times, Huntridge Park, this is where they lived at. They lived right there. Where do you think fucking Bugsy Siegel probably lived at? Where do you think he lived at? In the hotel?
That country club across the street.
The country club on Karen or Maryland or by the Hilton?
Over by the Boulevard Mall was really a nice
That-
neighborhood too.
And it's old school as well.
Yeah.
But like,
No, but a lot of like rich motherfuckers used to live, like Frank Sinatra and all them,
Right.
Martin, all of them lived in Crack Alley. That used to be a nice
Right.
neighborhood.
Yeah.
And Twain and Swenson.
That's
Yeah.
the richest area going around here.
Yeah.
Because of that country club.
right. So I mean, no, there's just, for me, I couldn't personally say when that started to happen. I think it's, I
Those
think
are the
that,
question they asked on the live, so I just brought it up.
so did they ask us?
When did it start? I don't know. Be real. Like it had to be like, I'm thinking late 60s, early 70s.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, but that's not, don't quote me on that because I don't know.
I think just that whole Chicano culture of things would probably be
Just
around that.
It was live in the 90s.
Yeah, the transformation from that Zoot Suitor image to like now this more cholo-ish image.
Right.
And honestly, Dickies, white tees, Chucks, G Nikes, all this. That's a flannels. That's a prison.
Browns.
Charlie Browns, you know what I'm
Because
saying?
we wore Charlie Browns too.
Yeah, absolutely. A lot of those clothes though, and the image of that is an inmate. That's what an inmate looks like. That's the shit we get to wear on the yard. You know what I mean? That's how they give us. Like, so that's why I think like older shit you'll see blacks and essays dressing with the same attire.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like Dub C.
The khakis.
You know what I mean? Dub C was a gang. Huh? Easy E. Like
I
right.
said, we had the Lokes.
Yeah.
I was Mexican in the Lokes.
Right. But now we're adopting the same
Yeah.
outfit.
lowrider
Like,
too,
you know what I
right?
mean? Like the outfit is the same,
Right.
but yet we beef it or why are we adopting why are we looking the same? You know what I'm saying? And it's like
A lot of fools from Cali, especially Morenos, they wear the long socks.
yeah,
shorts,
YG.
Wear the house shoes.
YG.
Yeah.
Wear the house shoes with the corduroy.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
So all of that comes into play.
That's probably the blacks hanging with them because the neighborhoods were mixed, right?
No, it's
segregated.
a prison entire,
Yeah,
bro.
for sure.
It's a prison entire.
Well, but like I heard Compton's always had more
I
Mexicans.
mean, it does.
And
Mexicans.
Linwood
and
too.
then- yeah.
Linwood was always Mexicans and black.
But even like that
Yeah.
hood, like that neighborhood, you could tell like part of it is more blacks on one side, and then the Mexicans are on the
Yeah,
south
but
side.
they look
or
at our
whatever.
style and jack that shit. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
That's all I'm saying. I'm just saying.
I mean,
I like that shit looks pretty fresh. You know?
Right.
I think I agree with that. And then the maybe more logical and not the arrogant side of us is it says, yeah, it comes from prison and that's how we all dress. Like, cause you even got the white boys that dress like that. There's white boys that dress like
That's
that.
in prison.
Right.
Right? No, but the ones that come out of prison and be to the street, you know, they're gonna be dressing like that. They're gonna wear long sleeve underneath the shirt. You know what I mean? Buttoned up to the top. You know what I'm saying? The brocha and you know what I mean?
Well, I got a lot of homies.
The lowriders, all that shit.
Right, the lowriders, everything. So you know, it's in a culture for sure, bro. And I guess
Let's get to hip hop.
okay, hip
No more
hop.
gang culture, dog.
Hey, the gang culture.
Gang culture's dope though.
The gang culture is dope. The gang culture is the foundation, I would say, for a lot of things that come into play. A lot of things that the genre. It happened.
It all happened within the gang culture. Hip hop here, at least.
Oh yeah.
Graffiti, all that, yeah.
No, absolutely. You know,
A lot of us-
I think West Coast hip hop culture is completely different than East Coast hip hop culture. For me, I understand you created it, just like KRS once said, but we decorated it, and I think we're the one that put the bells and the whistles on the culture like that, and really coming with, you know, that style. Okay, but we'll next thing going on. Hip hop, hip hop. And we're gonna talk hip hop. I'm gonna get into. First off, I'll ask you this question on hip hop: how many elements are there?
4. Breakdancing, graffiti, DJ, and MC.
And MC.
MC was actually the last part.
That's fine, right?
The MC was the guy that hosted the party and was like, move your hands in there.
Right.
That was the MC. Master of ceremonies.
Right.
Master of ceremonies, right? That's and that's the MC part of it, right?
That's the MC part of it.
And then I think there's like rappers and MCs. Like
Well,
I guess that's kind of
rapper,
different.
It kind of came from the MC.
Right, it comes from it derives from that, but I think that like some might say because rap is rhythm and poetry or something like that, or I think that's an acronym.
That's what the acronym is, yeah.
Right, just like
That
MC.
I've heard, yeah.
You are